come to speak is from right here. He's one of AGL's own, born and bred right here. One of my favorite brothers, light-skinned in the mud. Worshipful master, sitting worshipful master at one of our pillar lodges in the jurisdiction, Caleb Lodge. They in the building. None other, you see I'm making a grand dose for you, brother. None other than worshipful Troy Rachal. Thank you.
I'll be sure, Joe. Don't get them out. Don't get the I'll be sure pigeon-toed jokes out. I heard them all my life. What's the other one? El DeBarge. I heard them all. Good evening. Good evening. I don't know how to follow that great message that Brother Muhammad just laid on us. I feel very humble and honored to be here as a worshipful master. I always try to strive and seek light from anywhere I can. So with that being said, I bid you a good afternoon. Pay homage to past Grand Master Emeritus and to my past masters that are sitting in the back and to my guest. Today, my lecture is Control, Alt, Delete. I know we all use our computers or our smartphones. We have Control, Alt, Delete on the keyboard.
Come on, word.
So this is a little short thing I said I was going to do. Control yourself. Alter your thinking. Delete negativity.
All right.
As a master, we teach our intern apprentices 4 cardinal virtues. Temperance, fortitude, justice. We're supposed to control ourselves. We're not supposed to be of this world as a master, as a mason. But there's 2 different things, as I call a mason, Freemason, or brothers, 3 things, sorry. So I don't call myself a Freemason. I call myself a brother. And this is where I'm going to go with this. Freemason is a title they use very loosely. People use it loosely. Oh, I'm a Freemason. You see all the light on the car, everything. You can't call them when you're in trouble. Or you broke down on the side of the road. You can't call them because they ain't answering the phone. But they want to be at every function, partying, getting down, want to be in sisters' inboxes, creeping as I call them, creeps. You know. So I call myself a brother's brother because it don't matter if you don't talk. I have never met you, but if you need my help, I'm gonna come running. Because when I got on my 2 naked knees, I swore that I would protect you from murder and treason. You hear what I'm saying, y'all? Yeah. Murder and treason. You know what they do to murderers? Treasonous people, especially a black man. Y'all know what they do to us? Yeah. They kill us, put us away for hundreds of years. We've never, ever seen the light of day again. Well, so sometimes we take that oath for granted. So there's my lecture. This is where I'm going to go. The humility of a master. If you want rest, don't be a Freemason. Because the work of a Freemason must, if you want to be benefited, do not be a Freemason. Because a Freemason must first promote benefits of others. If you want peace, do not be a Freemason. Because a Freemason must be of constant war against vices.
All right. Yes, yes.
You say, okay, Troy, what are vices, worship? Well, vices, my 3 vices are ignorance, selfishness, and sensuality. You can't be a master or a brother, as I call it, if you're ignorant. And let me go with what you say when you say you're ignorant. Ignorance. Man, that fool over there cutting up, he don't know how to act. We get a little devil's juice in us, we get to acting a fool in a public place. We're not supposed to act like that when we out. Yes, we're always supposed to be upright and upstanding. Our character. That's why I preach in my men, your character. You can't tell me about my junior warden or my senior warden or my past master because I know their character. You know, when I'm away from them, I know their character. So don't bring me that. I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? So selfishness. Man, why I didn't get this degree? Why I didn't get this? How come y'all passed me up? It wasn't your time yet. Come on. Wait your time. Wait with patience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you willing to get in the mud, in the trenches? I'm a worshipful master. I'm supposed to sit back and do this, let my men work. No, I'm not like that. I get down in the mud with them. I show them, I lead by example.
There you go. Boots.
I put on my boots, one leg at a time. I lead them by example. Because I cannot be out here acting a fool, acting ratchet and silly, and then get in the lodge and preach this and preach that and don't show them the right way.
That's right.
So that's some of my vices. So if you are selfish, do not be a Freemason, because for the Freemason to share must be an if. If you only think about you, don't be a Freemason, because thinking only of yourself is impossible, and a Freemason must think and act for everyone if you wish to enrich yourself. Do not be a Freemason, because the heritage of a Freemason is not elevated by its goods, but by its you. And if you're arrogant, you never be a Freemason, for humility must be a constant virtue demonstrated at all times. If you do not believe in God, the Almighty, do not be a Freemason. And do not be a Freemason if you cannot tolerate brothers talking to you about their problems.
Say that.
Because your brother is going to come to you sometime broken, battered, and beaten down.
Indeed.
So how am I going to help my brother if I can't help myself?
Well.
So don't be a Freemason if you cannot help your brother. How am I going to look down on you if I can't help you up? Don't come to me in the good time. Come to me in the bad time. Come to me in the middle of a storm. Because when I was going through some storms, let me tell you this, it wasn't for my lodge and a few brothers that I know that's in here helped me walk this walk. I buried my only child, well, my only son, right before Christmas holidays, December 15, 2014. And I'm going to tell you something. The hardest thing I ever had to do was identify his body.
Wow.
And when I walked in and made all the arrangements, I didn't know how I was going to do it. But my brothers was outside waiting on me. They said, we got you. Whatever you need, we got you. You want to talk, cry, hang out, shoot, whatever you want to do, we got you. That changed me. That really put a fire in me. And I know sometimes my wife don't understand me, because I have meetings on first and third Fridays. My meetings are from 8 to 10. I'm on time. I expect my men to be on time. I treat my lodge like my job that I care about. So when I leave my meetings, I go directly to work and work a 16-hour shift.
Yeah.
So I show them that I don't get tired.
Come on. Look at it now.
I don't want to hear nothing about, I'm tired, I need to go home, or my wife, or this, that. My wife don't understand me with this great sacrifice that I took on. I don't need her.
Well.
This is something that I chose to make myself a better man.
Come on.
Not her. This is what I did. So, don't be a Freemason simply because you expect to get degrees and do no work in the trenches.
Say that again.
Wow. Yeah.
Come on with it, word. Don't be a Freemason if you are at your worst and people cannot see you at your best. And don't be arrogant, and do not be a Freemason if your contempt is not in tune with God. So Lastly, I'm going to say this to you. I got a few little quotes I like. And don't take this personal. I will not be discouraged by the stones that you throw at me. We will use them to build a firm foundation in erecting a temple of peace.
Look at him. Yeah. Yes.
And I use the words accountability, responsibility. Accountability breeds responsibility. And responsibility falls heaviest on those who are willing. And let me say this before I go. I know I hate to preach it, I'm not a preacher, y'all, but I always end with a prayer. Luke 22:43. Then an angel appeared to him from heaven. Strengthen him. When you're tired and you feel like you can't go on, call on God. He will strengthen you. Thank y'all and be blessed.